UK economy has been marred by low growth and flatlining productivity. This has engendered an environment of economic stagnation, which we are looking to revitalise with a reform to fiscal frameworks and an increase to the supply side of the economy through boosted public investment in healthcare and infrastructure. Since the last general election, there's been a 1% decrease in GDP per head. And this means that people have about £380 less per year in their pocket, as they did relative to 5 years ago. Productivity, as in output per hour worked, is also flatlining relative to international comparisons, other OECD economies, and also relative to recent historical trends in the UK. The current fiscal rules state that at the end of a 5-year horizon, that the debt to GDP ratio must be falling and that the deficit to GDP ratio must be below 3%. As per current forecasts, we anticipate that the government will not meet either of these targets. As a result, we do not think that the current fiscal rules are necessarily fit for purpose. Another reason for this is that we believe that these rules are constraining public investment by demanding very quick reductions in the debt to GDP ratio within this 5-year time frame, when most of the benefits to public investment accrue after this 5-year horizon. This creates a bias towards reductions in investment expenditure relative to government purchases. The reform to the fiscal framework would consist of 3 main pillars. One would be a fixed timetabling for scheduling fiscal events. This would be organised in a similar way to the Monetary Policy Committee, which schedules its meetings far ahead of time. This would create stability and would also give a clear signal to markets about the fiscal direction of the government. The second pillar would involve discounting public investment from day-to-day spending of government. As a result, this would remove the bias incentive that encourages governments to cut public investment so they can meet these targets within this short 5-year time frame. The third pillar would be to include some measure of public net worth as a target inside these fiscal rules to incentivize the government to increase public investment and increase its assets holdings. As a result, we would expect this to create an environment which would be more conducive to economic growth and bring public investment up to similar levels across other OECD economies. We hope that the winners of the next general election will be ambitious and pursue a policy of fiscal framework reform to boost economic growth during this Parliament and beyond.